Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the One Nerd, and for the Halloween season, while I do love me some Dracula and his melodramatic flair, I feel it's time to talk about a character who some people dismiss as only a lame swamp thing. But you will fear him, for whoever knows fear burns at the touch of Man Thing. So let's get the weird controversy out of the way. Who is the ripoff? Well, the first one to show up was Man Thing by about 2 months. May versus July. Though both creators were good friends, I feel this is a case where both were drawing from the same source. The Heap, a 1940s character, who is very obscure, was the first swamp monster character, making this a case where you can't claim that either thing is original in any regard. Still a fun character who's forgotten by time. The Man Thing was Ted Sales, a man who tried to recreate the super soldier serum, or make a new one, and well, one thing led to another, and people tried to steal it. And he used it to make himself into the swamp, and become Man Thing. Now there is one aspect about the Man Thing that makes him very different than Swamp Thing. He has a primitive mind. His mind is so jumbled up, he can't think like a normal person, or a monster, and only responds to emotions and things around him. This means that while there is a thrust to make him normal or human at times, the plot never got bogged down with him being fixed, allowing him more freedom to be anywhere in stories. His comics can feel like a short story anthology, where he is a force of the story. But here's the thing with that. His original creator left after about 3 or 4 issues, handing it to creator Steve Gerber, considered by many to be one of the greatest of the Bronze Age Marvel. His run also is a precursor to Alan Moore and Grant Morrison. See, before Moore changed Swamp Thing, Gerber did it with Man Thing, making him a guardian of the multiverse and force for good in most stories. His stories range also grew from horror to politics and comedy, as well as good old-fashioned Marvel melodrama. Just one example. This comic here comes from a story of a clown who committed suicide, and he's being judged by heaven or hell, whether he ends up in one or killing his soul outright for how well he did in life. A bittersweet take and very far out. One is even a horror version of Romeo and Juliet in Giant-Sized Man Thing number 5. Okay, awkward name we all make fun of. But aside from the Gerber run, this is one of the classic Marvel runs of the Bronze Age. Gerber would add a surreal vibe to it, and was also comedy-focused. There are some good laughs to be had with the origin story of supporting schmuck Roy Raymond. That being said, Man Thing also introduced a lot of important characters for Marvel going forward. Jennifer Kale is a character who's been in a lot of Marvel books, now often as a supporting character. A witch and chosen one in training, she developed a link to Man Thing she had to shatter. She would go on to be a general use Marvel character. Man Thing would also tangle with Wondar, the Aquarian one of Marvel's other Superman riffs, this time playing with the idea that he grew up in his capsule, and so a kind of Lion-O situation, but worse since he's basically a Superman baby. The Fool Killer, a character who has a shocking amount of staying power, this character would be revised by Gerber over the decades into a unique deconstruction, please let me get away with this one, of 90s heroes, after being a villain for over 2 decades. He'll get his own video one day, I'm sure. But of course, all of these were eclipsed by the Duck. Hey everyone, it's Howard! Howard the Duck would go on to be one of the biggest comic stars of the 70s, making creators like George Lucas a fan and inspiring a major indie comic, Cerberus. This, of course, would lead to some interesting history for Marvel and comics as a whole. Now, because he's part of this, Howard was initially supposed to be killed off in Man Thing, because, well, the editors thought he didn't work as a character, but readers and Steve latched onto him in short order. Howard received 2 backup strips in Giant-Sized Man Thing, that would lead to a spin-off book. This would set up his satire themes and world wariness as he fought against some of the weirdest Marvel characters, like Bessie the Hell Cow. But alas, we have to leave Howard for now. Man-Thing's run here and in his own self-titled be about 33 issues or so, not including specials or crossovers. In fact, if you want to see where some of the early plots went, I would look into early Marvel 2-in-1s, also written by Gerber himself. The series is also well known for the art of Mike Ploeg, considered by many to be one of the great Bronze Age artists. His moody and evocative art on key issues make him highly recommended if you like old school monster art. The comic would also innovate a little by doing very unique page layouts, as well as asking readers to turn the book to read it, a technique used by many 90s books to sell big splash pages. But the comic ends on a unique note. Steve Gerber shows up in the comic himself, the idea that Steve was writing down real adventures rather than the Animal Man way of it. He still meets Man-Thing to say goodbye in his last issue. Steve did more than that, but let's cover Man-Thing's other appearances. Man-Thing has actually shown up many times in Marvel cartoons, but mostly as a beast, and not really in the cool horror trappings. But there's another appearance I have to get to. The live-action Man-Thing adaptation was a low-budget sci-fi or sci-fi movie that hardly adapts him, making him a standard horror movie monster that attacks humans, some evil but good too, which is not something he does. There's also that R.L. Stine comic, but we're backing away from that. Far away. Whatever the case, Man-Thing is now a staple of Marvel, and its guardian of reality. A small character who became much more. And honestly, Man-Thing is an amazing book. Hello again, everyone. This is the One Nerd. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I do recommend definitely giving this video a like and subscribe for more. Also, be sure to check out not only my Twitter at the One Nerd, but also check out the inspiration for this video and the man who wrote the script, or should I say tweets, or I guess posts now, for the particular video, the script for it, that being Exalted Speed. Both links for both of those accounts I'll leave below in the description. I hope you all enjoyed it. I have been taking some time from the channel, a bit too much, I think, to work on the history video, because I do really wanted to get that done. My original plan for it was to get it done before 2023 finished, which in all actuality, if I were to really work at it, I could get it done by then. The problem is that just making the third part, I got really burnt out by it, because while I do enjoy making them, and the eras of Cartoon Network do have their highs and lows, and I do still enjoy covering them, I think the problem is that just working on the same thing too much, and the mediocrity of the editing process on them is just, can get you burnt out. And especially when you have so much time in between videos, you start to see a stagnant of the channel, which, I do want the channel to be all that it could be. So I'm just going to take a little break from that, hopefully work on some other projects, release some other videos. I just recently got my Alan Partridge video back up, at least for the moment. So I hope to work on other videos in that particular vein. I've tried so hard, actually, recently to make some more drama-filled videos. Like, I wouldn't necessarily consider my Adventures of Superman, my Adventures with Superman video to be drama-filled in any way. Just more of like a commentary thing. I've tried like a couple times to make other like drama or commentary videos that kind of like capitalize on that a little bit, but I just can't get, into the mood when I'm actually sitting down and running the script. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to try something more off the cuff, kind of like the thing that I'm doing now, and just do it like other commentary channels do, and just put like gameplay video over it or something like that. I'm not sure. I would have to find a topic that I'm really like passionate about, and I thought I found something. Honestly, I was gonna do a video where I just kind of did my commentary about sort of a weird rivalry that people, or the strange hate that people have for a lot of modern Western cartoons now. But I just can't get into writing it because it just seems just such a negative thing to write about, you know. And I just don't want to get into that anymore. I just want to talk about things that I like, you know. So I think going forward, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just going to talk about more things that I like, you know, just making sort of like maybe making more videos again, like the Alan Partridge video, like the Helsing video, just stuff like that, where I just talk about things that I like, and not just talking about why I like them, but giving a little bit of like history and some interesting things about them. I think that's where I'm going to take the channel into the future, and I hope that that is something that will interest you if you're already watching, and of course interest anybody else who might come across these videos, because, you know, obviously building up any channel is gonna be a long and slow process, and I just hope that I'll be able to do that. But I hope that if you're already a subscriber, I hope that you will enjoy while I still find that niche and still find that, you know, that gimmick that I'm trying to find for the channel. And hopefully one day, you know, I'll find a video that makes its way into the magic algorithm and gets me more noticed in certain fields and what have you. And we'll start to gain a little bit more momentum, hopefully, into the coming year. But until next time, again, I want to thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you liked, and, you know, comment on, you know, what you like about this particular video, or the character, or the topics, or maybe even a topic you want to see covered. You know, I don't know. I'm always looking for new stuff to talk about, or stuff to make videos on. You know, I'm always trying to find something new that I can do. But until next time, this is the One Nerd, and I hope you have the best Halloween. Just the best. Have a good one.